All right. Hey, this is Jeremy, and this is today's 5 for 5 devotion. So this past Sunday up in Kid Life, we started a new series called The Table. It's all about the times in the Bible when a table is mentioned. Sounds kind of strange, but it's actually a pretty interesting series. And this Sunday, we focused on a particular verse, Psalms 23:5. This is a Psalms that David wrote to God. Psalms 23, many of you are probably familiar with it. In verse 5, David says, "You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You anoint my head with oil, my cup overflows." Think about that. David had all these enemies. There were so many things around him that made his life dangerous. Yet in the midst of all his troubles, God prepares a table before all of David's enemies. God welcomes David into his family, into his home basically, when he says, "I anoint your head with oil." It's a calming, soothing thing, saying, yes, you see all this trouble around you, but come and sit down. Look at what I've prepared for you to enjoy. I know that it's really hard to enjoy life when there's so much going on wrong around you, right? It's hard to sit down and think about all the blessings that God has given you. Yet, David said that his cup overflows. Even through all those problems, even with all his enemies, his cup overflowed. Now, I've got a cup here, and most of the time when I fill up a cup with something, I try not to fill it too close to the top, because if you were to carry this cup around, you wouldn't want it to splash out or anything like that. But David talks about his cup overflowing. That sounds a little bit messy to me. But God wants to give us such an abundant life. We read about that in John 10:10. Jesus said he came to give us an abundant life, an overflowing life, just blessing upon blessing. And these are spiritual blessings that I'm talking about. So in order to have a cup that overflows, you need a saucer. Now, saucers are great because you can get the most possible. In fact, many people used to overflow their hot drink into the saucer so it would cool down, and then they would drink from the saucer. When your cup overflows into a saucer, it's not a mess. And it's actually great because you get more than you could have ever gotten with just the cup. Hey, listen, God wants to overflow blessing upon blessing into your life. He wants to give you an abundant life. You may think there's so much going on wrong around you, and maybe there is, but guess what? God has so much good in store for you, and he is preparing a table for you to sit down and just enjoy life with him, even amongst all your troubles. Hey, look, I hope this was a blessing to you and a help for you today, and I hope you have a great day. See ya.